every time I pull up at the let out, it's a spectacle.
Good point. So
no, I mean, it is because it's like in all aspects. I know we talk about specifics and we go to relationships and this and that, but that's in all aspects of life. You have to have a motivation to change.
You have to have a motivation
and make an adjustment. If nothing says if you don't say I care about you, or I care about your time, or I care about this and that, blah 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 blah, then that's gonna be the outcome forever. Right. That's why you know what I'm saying. Yeah, at that point it is you. You know, I
don't. But you know what? Which is cool. I don't want to change really. Like I'm okay. But you know what? And that's it. Makes me think of my own flaws. Right. Think of my own flaws. And my own flaws is sometimes I'm like, you know what? If that's my fault, fuck it, I'm gonna live with it. You know.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But can you agree? Can you agree that and Sylvia too? Can you agree that anything that you look back now after knowing that anything that you look back on that you refuse to change,
or you just don't really give a fuck about changing? Yeah, like
right.
I'm not gonna.
Do you feel like
I know it's a problem, but I'm not gonna
change? You don't have the motivation.
Well, yeah, and you know what I'm tell you what I'm gonna use this for? My motivation to eat healthy.
Right.
I'll use that for a motivation. So. Honestly, yes, I know I need to eat healthy, and actually, I have been. I've been and the other day, to be honest, y'all, but believe it or not, you remember I told y'all I hadn't been eating carbs. This past Sunday on Mother's Day was my first time eating something since then.
That's what's up.
What you had?
You know what? It's so funny because I ate what the fuck y'all told me to eat. When y'all said, Chris, go try On the Border. It's good. That shit was in the back of my head ever since then because I had never tried it. But them folk was on that was the food was good, but their service was on garbage mode because I was there for an hour on takeout. But it was cool though because the food.
Yeah, I wasn't worried. They service been on garbage mode for a minute. Yeah. I end up emailing whoever their what is it, their VP or who regional, whatever. I ended up emailing them because they gave us some garbage wait time. And they ended up sending me some vouchers like $40. So we went and ate and drank.
I take it. Matter of fact, I need to call. I send them vouchers.
That's a fact.
Send them vouchers. I need them. That's all a whole free meal.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact.
It really was. And it was 3 of us. And I think it was only like $6 out of pocket.
Hey, but you know what? Hey, but you know what? I say this. I bet you the waitress or the whoever probably wasn't mad because shit, whatever I decide to give you on top of that is tip.
Right.
So Alicia, that's all in your pocket.
Alicia, what the hell can you not come into the broadcast and drive everybody's eyeball crazy that's watching the show with twisting the phone for 25 minutes, please, man?
Yeah, don't nobody care that you went to Walmart and got you some new cover girl lipstick.
You know what I'm saying? You come in,
we noticed
this shit. We gotta see this shit here. Like,
we see you. Got a little bit on your teeth.
I'm trying to get out.
Yes,
I had to eat.
I'm fucking with you, though.
It's not entertaining. Have you ever seen that on the View? Just like
yes.
Whoopi Goldberg. But no. So go ahead. I guess with the topics we've already kind of talked about. Just shooting the breeze.
So I did. So let me go ahead and get my intro together because what I'm assuming that it is we are talking about. One, I thought it was. Can you have a happy? Is there such thing as a happy marriage? I'm lost in my damn.
I think she put in there happily married or happy.
Yeah,
marriage.
Is there such thing as happily married? Is it okay to ever date a friend, associate, homie, or coworker's ex? And if we have time, let's talk about is it cool to be in a relationship and like photos on social media? Cool.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Boom.
Tell these people.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another.
Early, you got early. Let them know that the subscribe, like,
people,
and comment.
No, right in your intro, let them people tell them people to hit the subscribe button. I can't even talk. Hit the damn.
Okay, I got you.
The subscribe button.
Wake up, motherfuckers. Welcome to another great episode of The Let Out, where y'all bitches better like, share, and subscribe to this motherfucker right here. Y'all see that subscribe button and y'all have not subscribed yet. We got some great episodes tonight for you guys. We're going to just jump straight into it because it's been a while since I think we've had all four of us here at the same time. We've been dipping in and out lately. So some of the great topics we got for you tonight is first, let's start off with, is there really a such thing as being happily married? Happily married. Is there really a such thing? Following that topic, we're also going to want to touch on, is it okay to ever date a friend, associate, a coworker, even, well, I ain't gonna say an acquaintance because it's a lot easier to do the acquaintances, but to date, maybe a fellow friend's ex. And last but not least, if time permitting, let's talk about a topic that we didn't make it to last week, which was liking photos on social media. So jumping right into the meat and bread of the topic. So happily married, is that even really a thing? Y'all know, I told y'all these past few weeks I've been on Mr. Samuels, and he said marriage. He told y'all, hey, one of his saying was marriage is about duty. It's not about love and happiness. What do y'all think, ladies?
No, I don't think there's a such thing as a happily marriage, because if you're happily in a situation or you're happily, then it's going to be just what you want it to be. You ain't got to compromise. You don't have to do things you don't want to do. It's just whatever you want it to be. And no marriage is like that. You have to compromise. You have to make sacrifices. And just be honest, when you have to compromise and you have to make sacrifices, shit ain't nobody always happy to do that because you want to do what you want to do. So no, there's no. And then every day is not damn happy. Like, I may wake up and be like, this motherfucker make me sick. Get on my damn nerves, and vice versa. And I don't feel like being bothered with you. I don't want to talk to you today. Leave me alone. That's not happily. No. So hell no.
So as the resident almost married person of the panel, y'all are not convincing me.
We're not what?
I said, as the almost married person on the panel, I said, y'all ain't convincing me with that answer right there.
Oh no, I want to give it to you real because it's been some shit. I be like, y'all ass ain't tell me that this was gonna happen to me. Y'all, it was we're so happy for you.
Hey man, my guy Will been putting me on it for a long time. He been putting me on it for a long time. And y'all,
I've been trying to tell my guy.
It's by the time y'all got married. I was so happy y'all got married. And, y'all goals and all this. And I'm like, but y'all ain't tell me about the other stuff.
Hey, y'all didn't. And I think I told y'all about some of my partners and people and acquaintances from the past. They always say the first one is just for practice. I don't know about that. They say the first marriage just for practice.
Shit, sometimes the first and the second one is.
Maybe 3 times the charm being Alicia.
But yeah, see,
I mean, maybe I'm a hopeless romantic, but I think that you can attain to happiness in a marriage. I agree with Sylvia that it's not going to always be happiness, bells, whistles, things of that nature. But I think as a whole, when you want the good to outweigh the bad, and I think if you go into marriage with the right expectations, a lot of the people who are not happily married went into it with the wrong expectations. And I agree with what Kevin Samuel said in the sense of duty. It is basically you going ahead and being selfless in a sense in trying to cater to your spouse's happiness. Like that's technically what marriage is supposed to be. But a lot of times, and I said it even for myself, I went into it thinking about my own happiness. And so when you think about it in a selfish type of way instead of selfless, then no, maybe a happy marriage or happily married may not be something that will be attainable for you because you don't have the right expectations. So I think it's very possible. And I think there are some people who maybe 60% at the time they are genuinely happy. Of course, it's not going to be happy all the time. You're going to have arguments, can't stand you half the time. But I think that there is a happily married when you have the right expectations and what you're expecting is not just unrealistic. And I've had before unrealistic expectations too.
So this is a question I have for really the entire panel. So with that being said, is it I guess for the lack of better terms, is it really wise to get married for love then? Or should you get married to someone that is a good life partner and person to build?
I think it's all of it though. I think it's all of it. It's everything that you said. It encompasses all of it, because I think even if you're not in love, if love is not a goal for you too, even going to work, I don't love it. It has a purpose in it. It serves me to go ahead and to get bills paid, duties, responsibilities, so forth. But I don't love it.
Are you happy doing that?
Because I don't love it. No, I'm not.
But
I think that
it's a purpose in your life that you don't want to be without. You know what I mean?
Do you have moments? Do you have moments where you have fun at work? Do you have moments where like you hate the job? And
I think because it's a profession that I don't love. That's not my passion. This is not something I want to do for a lifelong. Then no, I don't.
That's marriage.
Right.
I disagree.
I think and you have that right. And you have that right. I'm going to say that I don't believe in happily married. I just don't. There's no. I'm going to lean towards Sylvia's, but a little bit more in depth toward what Sylvia said is basically when there's times where you're not the main focus of the person that's being happy, then how can you be happily?
But is that being realistic though? Because that's not the purpose of marriage.
But we're talking selfless, right? So that's why I say when you go into a marriage, your ideal purpose in a marriage is to make the other person happy, right? Or the children, whatever. But marriage, we're talking marriage. Mm-hmm. So if we're talking marriage, your ideal purpose is to make the other person happy, and their purpose is to make you happy. So if they did that, then you would probably more so reach happily married. Since that doesn't happen, and most of the time it leans toward
not as often as we think,
more so than the other, then a lot of times people aren't happily married. I'll tell you from my perspective, I don't think that there's happily married man on earth. That's just me. That's just me. I don't think there is a happily married man.
I disagree.
And the reason
I've heard from them, so I don't agree.
Is because there's contentment, and actually you would.
No, I've heard happy.
Honestly, you would want to be content. I'm gonna tell you why.
Not in front of that woman either.
If we look at like by definition, right? So by definition, contentment is in a state of peaceful happiness. So you would more so want to be content, to satisfy a state of satisfaction, blah, blah, blah. So happiness is more of a temporary. And a lot of times we don't reach the happiness that we're looking for. It's the same reason why people say money don't make you happy. It's the same thing you're explaining. If money don't make you happy, marriage can't. Because if you're having bad, good, and these point in times, you might as well say that money makes you happy as well. But we also had a conversation, and many of you said that money can't make you happy. Jeez. So if that's the case, then marriage. if that's the case, marriage can't make you happy.
If you are a whole person going into a marriage and you have the right expectations of what it takes to have a happy marriage, and you're willing to go ahead and to compromise on certain things, I think that happily married is something that is attainable. And there are people who are. I think because a lot of us.
If you're compromising, you can only be content with.
You're content. You're cool.
That's not true.
Like, you know what? I'm not happy with it, but you know what? Fuck it. It ain't bothering me.
We go. It don't bother me, but we're not happy about situation, knowing what we got to put in. So we cool with that. It's not about, like, you don't go into marriage. Like, people have this facade in their mind of what marriage is supposed to be. Like you said, you're a hopeless romantic. Yes, you are hopeless, because there is no hope. Like, because If you look
at
it,
like I said, I disagree. I've seen other examples that would say otherwise. So I'm not going to just judge it based off of the bad examples that I've seen or failed marriages. I'm not going to go off
I'm
of that.
not saying, but understand that just because a marriage is not failed or
don't mean
it's a bad marriage, don't mean it, or happily. When I think of happily, I mean it to me. No, it's like you're talking like
not just stuck in together. No, and I mean I'm talking about I'm talking about being happy. Like I'm not just here. I'm here out of choice. Although I don't get everything that I want, but I'm happy. There is a such thing as happily.
You go into marriage knowing what comes with it, and you're content with that. That's
most of us don't. Most of us do not know what comes with it. That's
it's like work. It's like work. Like, you know what? I got to give up my time. I'm not happy giving up my time, but you know what?
It's what comes with it.
I'm cool with the benefit to come with it. I get to eat. I get money. Yeah, I'm cool with that. It's an even exchange. I see what we were saying. If you're giving an even exchange, there are parts of it that you ain't gonna like in exchange for parts that are benefits.
That's life, but that don't mean that it's not happily married.
But I think that there are people that are, if they say content, or you think that are happily married, have way more happy moments. They do have unhappy moments, and they may say,
I let that ride.
That's what I was saying before, though, in regards to maybe that the good outweighs the bad, the happy moments outweigh the bad, because life happens. So nobody's expecting Bob for you to be happy 24/7. I mean, you only a deranged person. But not my expectation. What?
No, like listen, because I'm at one moment for a period of time, I'm happy as hell. Then at another moment, I'll be like, this, get on my goddamn nerve. And I'm sure the feeling is mutual with you. Like,
you muted, Will. If you talking, you muted, bro.
There are moments where he's happy, and there are moments be like, God damn, what the hell was I thinking about proposing to her?
I'm just saying,
and I'm just being real. So did we have happy moments, and we have moments be like, man, you like it's for real, like a roller coaster.
But
like
guess what?
Up, then you're there. You up.
But guess what? You expect that though, right? And you're cool with that because you know that that's what comes with it at times, right?
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't mean it doesn't mean you're in a bad marriage. Doesn't mean you hate marriage.
Yeah.
It just means that you're not happily married. You're just married.
And you know what? I think I see where you're going. And just because you're not happily doesn't mean you're unhappy.
They selling you a dream the same way.
It doesn't mean that you're unhappy. It just
selling a dream.
You can have
who's selling a dream? Who's selling it?
I'm telling you,
society.
America.
Society.
Listen to me.
I disagree. I think if anything, America is pushing the thing that marriages don't work. They give you the percentages of how many people get divorced and are unhappy.
That's more modern than anything.
Totally different.
That's more modern than anything.
But here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you. That's why they make it harder and more costly for you to get divorced. Because supposedly they're trying to keep you and make you do what you're supposed to do in a marriage. So to me, it's similar to like, I think it's a fairy tale, like the average person or average man buying his wife a car. I think it's a fair. Yeah, buying her shit. You put a bow on it, you gave it a down payment, she paying the note. You ain't buying shit unless you paying for the car. And that's the fairy tale that we're giving. The same thing with marriage. Is like,
I mean, I don't want to be in shit that I'm just content with for the rest of my life. That's not what I'm looking for. To each their own. Even with my job, right now I'm content, but I am not happy there. And this is not what I want to do for the rest of my life. It's just not.
Person though,
but can you be happy always chasing something though? If you're always chasing something and you're never content, can you be happy?
But I think that Alicia's using the word content and settled.
Yeah, she is. Definitely.
Yeah, that's her favorite word, settling. Like no, she don't want to settle for shit. Just like no, you're settling. That's what you're doing. Marriage is a settlement. Period. It's a lump sum settlement. It's a settlement. It's a settlement. It's not. There's no happy. There's no happy. Happy is when you're in marriage and you get to a place where something makes you pissed off and you get away from that. And in that moment, you're happy. You're happy.
In the moment.
In that moment
when
everybody leaves the house, and when I'm here and everybody leaves, I am
Happily.
still married
Happily.
with everybody gone, meaning happily.
Well, I mean, there are people who have figured out how to go ahead and to reach a level of happiness. And for me, I don't agree.
They've been together 40 years and they ain't got shit else to do. So they happy. That's where they reach it.
If you're happily married, there should not be as many complaints as we hear from people on the day-to-day.
Facts.
Period.
I think the complaints are just louder than the people that's happily married. I just think
I'm talking about
I can agree with what Will just said. You definitely do hear. I mean, there may be more happy. People say there may be more happy moments than sad moments, or the good might outweigh the bad. But you definitely hear about the negative way more than you hear about the positive.
Like it takes you pulling teeth to get your mate to say something good about you, whereas as soon as you fuck up, that's just the
that shit flows off the tongue.
As soon as you fuck up, they telling 20,000 people. They're gonna tell everybody, girl, let me tell you what this motherfucker did. But you ain't tell her what this motherfucker did for Mother's Day. You tell what this motherfucker did when he was romantic 2 weeks ago. He didn't tell what this motherfucker did when he took you to.
Hey, what you do 2 weeks ago, friend?
You know what I'm saying?
You get no
when you look at that, that's why you hear that. And when people, I've heard so many men, I'm not just talking me. I've heard so many men say the same things and have the same complaints. So many women too. Women have their own different set of complaints about men. And if you're happily married, where are those complaints coming from?
And why do you feel inclined to speak on the negative before the positive?
That's human nature.
To be unhappy is human nature.
I disagree.
It's unattainable. Happiness is unattainable.
Disagree. My God, me and my God don't agree with it. So
hey man, you got that right. You got that right. You got that right. Have you ever been? The
creator of the institution did not go ahead and design it for us not to be happily married. A lot of this stuff is the things that we have put in place and that we have created for ourselves.
Didn't design for us to have 10 fingers, but there are some people with 10 fingers. So I mean,
he designed for us to be happily married, but it's just that we allow the outside, the devil and outside other influences.
But you know,
he designed for you to mate. He designed for you to reproduce, and he designed for you to serve him. He did not design for you to be happily married.
But how about this? How about this though? But what if you got to a point to where you met you with your spouse, and you've met them, and you realize that you ain't happy just to fall in love with their friend? How about that?
Good for nothing type of brother.
I'm just saying. Like you're not gonna find it. I tell you what. Look down your people that you know that are married. Don't say I know somebody or I know plenty of them. Be truthful with yourself and say how many people do I know that are married that I feel like, or that they have told me that.
But you know what? On some real shit.
Look at that.
The people that I want to talk to and get no advice from anyway, though.
Huh?
I get that.
No, I'm not saying advice.
I'm saying though, a lot of times, even when I was younger, when we would talk to other couples, a lot of times we were talking to the other people who are struggling as well. Maybe I want to talk to somebody who has overcome and they're on the other side.
Overcome.
Let me ask you this. Do you know anybody?
Overcome.
Do you know anybody with a marriage that you do want? Can I ask you that?
Listen, do I know them personally?
Do you personally know somebody with a marriage that you would want to model yours after?
I would say it's more no than yes.
Man, look, go. Exactly.
Are there any yes?
Way more.
Yeah, I know there are some yes, but I'm saying there's more no than yes.
That you like. I would want my relationship like theirs.
Nope.
You personally know that.
First and foremost, I don't do relationship goals. That's one. But two, are there some that I would like to hear how they are at the point where they're at? Yes.
Oh, okay.
So that's what you're asking me.
Because I don't tell you shit. I don't tell you
somebody that you know.
You said what?
Is it somebody that you know that you would like to be where they at? Why would you ask them?
I'm not in the position to need to know right now.
You were. You were in a position to prevent the being in the position you're in.
This is true. This is true. That's again has to do with going into it with the right ideas,
go ask somebody
expectations.
who's happily married how they attain happiness in their marriage.
I agree.
It's doable for you or for anybody, not just your situation, but I'm saying for anybody. It would make sense to go to somebody who you feel like is happy. And I
recommend that everyone do that.
Because that's not true. Yeah, they're not happy. They're happily.
I disagree. You sound bitter and jaded. So I'm not gonna listen to you either.
Who?
Yeah.
Listen to me for what? I didn't hear nothing you said.
Oh, I'm sorry. I will repeat it. I said you sound bitter and jaded, and I'm not listening to you either.
You shouldn't listen to a person that's been married over 20 years. Nah. So anyway,
you can be married for 20 years and be miserable. I've been married for 12.
Who says I'm miserable? I don't stay in misery, boo-boo. I don't stay in misery.
You might not be. You don't know who else might be in it that's miserable, though.
And it comes with
just realize that,
as I've been stating since the beginning of this conversation.
And I said what I said too.
I
said what I said too. I don't attain to listen to nobody that tell me that they can't be happy in their marriage. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I can make it last too and be unhappy.
Think about that. I
can be in a marriage too and be unhappy.
I don't think that he's unhappy. People just not happy.
There was a difference. Not happy didn't mean unhappy.
It's not hidden.
He's getting stuck on numbers. It's hidden.
It's not hidden right here, right now.
Years don't matter to me. You've been married for 50 years. That don't mean shit to me, buddy. You've been stuck in a marriage, still not be happy.
I wouldn't, but
I don't think you registering trying to say, oh, listen to somebody who's been married for 20 years. That don't impress me. That don't mean the motherfucker is happy or content. I said being married for 20 motherfucking years don't impress me. That don't mean that a person is happy.
Who man she stole, Sil? She stole somebody, man.
Did I deserve that tone? But here's the thing.
You did.
I'm not set out to impress you.
Good,
what I'm
not.
out to do is to tell you that you stated that you wouldn't listen to me. And all I stated was, you're right. I wouldn't listen to somebody who's been married 20 years. Ever.
And again, your number of years does not impress me. It didn't go ahead and get shock value. No, it didn't prove
either
the
went
point.
over her head or under a bed, man. She didn't care.
It didn't go. It missed me. That's what it did.
Wait a minute, Alicia, but what makes you think that? Because you said you wanted to talk to somebody that could possibly overcome on the other side. Like, why you think that he may possibly be on the other side?
Because she's in denial. She knows it's fact, but she is in denial.
I don't want to hear just somebody who's able to stay for 20 years. I'm talking about people who have got to a point where they are genuinely happily married, not just content. Content is there too.
There's
a different level of
happiness. I don't think that you would ever I'm going to tell you the truth.
I think that you can. That's your truth. It's not my truth. So I don't accept it.
My growing up, I didn't have the role model. All the women that was in my family, a lot of them were the other woman, or they were single or mixed with somebody that was married. My parents were not the ideal person to model after. Like, oh, my dad divorced. Like, it was just, I would not model my marriage after that. I had nobody. My brother
you're probably one of the people that like, look, I just got somebody I know I don't want to be like.
Right, but when my brother got married, and theirs is not perfect, because I know my brother's like, right. I heard him tell Steven that he's the alpha male. My sister-in-law is timid. She's very laid back or whatever.
That works.
But they've been together. They got married in '98, and so they've been together. They were together about 2 or 3 years before then. And so seeing how they operate, how she operated with him as a wife, gave me something to look forward to. Do I think that they're happily married? No. Do I think they're happy? Yes. Because if they wouldn't trust me, my brother, if he wasn't happy, because when we were younger, he was dating.
That's that shit. Like, you know what? I'm cool. I'm
cool
with the shit.
Like, for real. Like, if some female messed up, you have one chance. You out the door.
Because he know how bad it can. He know how bad it can be. So he just say, I'm cool with what I got. Fuck it.
I don't want that either. I don't want no cool what I got because ain't shit out there. I don't want that either.
Okay, well that truck don't keep looking like it in the back.
I mean, I ain't fucked up about it though. So
hey,
got pretty intense up in here.
That mother gonna be lights on and no seats filled around that motherfucker.
But hey, I feel a sense of happiness though.
Hey, all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, I think that happiness is a wonderful thing. I just don't think in many aspects of life, there are happy moments, but happily, there aren't many things in life that where you're gonna achieve that, and marriage is one of them. That's just period. And work life, the same thing. Most people not gonna get the dream job. They'll tell you that. Most people not gonna get the dream house. When you get these things, most people have to live with contentment. That's the average person. And you have to live with what comes with it. Now, can you work hard to try to get to that? Yes, you can work hard to try to get to it, but you have to live with the fact that, hey, at the spot that I'm at,
I would rather work hard.
I'm cool with that. Yeah.
I would rather work hard to get to it.
Huh?
I would rather work hard to get to it.
I'm just saying.
So you're gonna live the rest of your life until you get to it. So how you know? And I would like to know that. How would you know that you're there? Like you will stop chasing.
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
For me,
that's a very good question.
That's a good question.
But I guess for me, what's different for me is
what makes you happy.
And I know Bob ain't gonna like this. You know,
I already know it's some bullshit.
I know where you're going. Go ahead.
No, you know, but a lot of it has to do with when I said before about us being whole people and walking to marriages. And unfortunately, a lot of us walk into it and we're not there. We're not there. We have all of this shit that we carrying in and expecting to unload and for somebody to deal with it. So I think that happiness has to start with you. And for me, that has not been me. I've had years
not even,
of that shit.
Let's take marriage out of it, then. Let's not even talk about marriage. Let's just talk about like in life in general. Like what is it that you can achieve that'll make you that you will be completely happy? Like, yeah. Because I mean,
we ain't got but 3 minutes.
I'm talking
I didn't realize time flew like that either.
Okay.
Respectfully, we got 3 minutes.
We got 3 minutes. I know we like to be transparent, but shit.
Go ahead. Next topic.
Okay, but based on that, on the next time, we're gonna go ahead and let that one die and sizzle out. We'll touch on that on another day.
Right.
But I know that we've been seeing, what was it, the Real Housewives of Atlanta? One of these chicks done fell in love with her ex, with her friends, ex-dude,
associate friends, co-workers.
Can you do that? Can you really fall in? Is it okay? Is it okay?
Wait a minute, hold up. She'd have been in their house on more than one occasion.
Yeah, like friends, I think.
On TV.
And on TV.
On TV, she's been in her house.
And this girl, what's her name? Fallon?
Yeah, Fallon.
Introduced Portia to her husband.
On
well,
TV.
their husband was cool and business associates and friendly in real life. That's how they were familiar with each other. Portia's baby daddy and Fallon's husband, you know, they both are in like the restaurant, bar, club industry. So they actually all met from that. And then it came to TV.
Oh, and so then she's been right. So they wasn't really friends, but you are friendly. She'd have ran her ass over there and saw how he was treating her and saw all what he did her. She said, I want a piece of the pie.
What if that ain't it?
What ain't it?
What if it wasn't because I saw the way that you treat her? What if I realized that shit was over?
Well, first of all, he's a Nigerian and
he got money.
He's a Nigerian. He's a Nigerian. She's just a notch on his belt, just like his ex-wife and the little white chick that was sitting in his car, the Ferrari, the custom Ferrari he had. So in 6 months, her ass gonna be on the stage.
It's a level of respect, though. Even if I'm not, if me and Sylvia hang out and she bring her homegirl around and we're not friends,
Okay.
But we kick it from time to time.
Cool.
I am not going to, because we're not friends at this point. We don't talk outside of Sylvia, nothing of this nature. It just, we keep it friendly and cordial. I still can't see myself fucking with this girl ex once I know that that's somebody she's fucking with.
Ain't no loyalty to you.
it's just girl code, or it should be guy code. I don't know how y'all get down, but I'm just
no, it's guy code for me because I ain't got nothing for you. Too many. I'm not. But I'm saying I don't see nothing wrong with what she did. But guy code is like when I was coming up, one of my friends couldn't pay me to date one of their exes. Now, if she liked you, if you liked her, but she liked me, and I like what she got.
Hey, that's a different story.
I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, if she come on to me, I've had that happen where the person was like, hey, you didn't shut it down.
My thing is why you didn't shut it down. Even for Portia and the guy who got together, like, what went on that the two of y'all had to talk separately from your spouses? God damn, man.
Oh, he gave her that 1 minute powwow.
Yep. And that's it. Fuck that. We're gonna start this one next week because this sounds like a good one. Y'all
underscore.
Yeah, because I think her ass miserable.
Yeah. Like, share, and subscribe, because to be continued.
It's some bullshit.
Hit that motherfucking subscribe button below, bitch ass.
Yeah, on Instagram, man.
What we discussed. We are happily
you know what? Are we happy this Zoom is on? Nah, but we content with this shit. You know? You're content with it. You know it's coming.
Every time I pull up at the let out, it's a spectacle.